Hey guys, so guess where I am? Yay, we are here at the hospital. So guys, on March 1st around 9:30, my water had broke. I had just laid down for bed and I felt this pop on the right side of my stomach and I was like, oh my god, my water broke. I think my water broke. So I got up and swish, a big gush of water just came out. And so my first instinct was to just run to the bathroom and just let the fluid all come out. But that wasn't happening because fluid just kept running and running. So I come out the bathroom and we have to call the ambulance because I'm the only driver in the house at the time. So I want to say about 5 minutes after we made the call, the ambulance people came and they picked me up. Two guys, they picked me up, put me in the truck, and we proceeded to go to the hospital. They took my vitals and put my IV in, and I'm still pretty calm and comfortable. The other guy, he timed my contractions, and he had told me that they had just had a class on this type of situation, and I ended up being the first one that they taken this type of situation. I was like, wow, well, good thing I'm pretty calm and not panicking being the first person that y'all come get in this type of situation. And the guy was like, yeah. But so we just conversating and everything, and then we finally get to the hospital. Now the hospital I delivered at is called Mary Immaculate, and this is my first time ever delivering at this hospital. So yeah, we get there and they get me into labor and delivery and set me up, and I'm still pretty calm and everything. When they checked me, I was only at 2 centimeters dilated. So when I first got there, I got there in my room at about 10:20. So still pretty calm. I was still leaking fluid. So a little while after, they checked me again, and I made it to 4 centimeters finally. So I was progressing but very slow. So what they did was they decided to give me Pitocin, and I want to say about 1 o'clock. They came in and gave me Pitocin, and they only gave me just a little bit. They started me with just a little bit. She put it at, the nurse had put it at a level 3 in strength, I believe. That's what she started me at, and to see how I would progress. And then, okay, so as I was saying, she put the Pitocin at a level 3 as far as strength wise, and then she let me sit on that for about an hour, hour and a half, and came back and put it up to a number 6 as far as strength level. She did tell me that they can go up as high as 22 as far as strength wise, but I only needed to go as high as 6, and that was enough for me to start really progressing. And my contractions, just not too long after she set it at 6, my contractions did start to progress and become stronger, and active labor, began. My doctor wasn't there at the hospital. There were midwives on call, so I had 2 midwives that came to assist me, and they were very supportive and kind and loving, and they really helped me get through the active labor stage. So when they checked me, I started to progress kind of fast. But the baby was up high, so what they had me do was get in several different positions to try to get the baby to come down into the birth canal, because the baby was still sitting up high, surprisingly, because the whole ninth month I was very active and did a lot of walking and everything, but the baby was just like, I am not coming down. So yeah, once my active labor started, that really helped bring the baby down. So yeah, the midwives had me get into several different positions to help the baby come down, and so I I was most comfortable laboring on my feet versus being on the bed. The pain was seemed to be worse when I was laying down versus from when I was standing up. So but the nurses and everyone, they allowed me to do what I felt was comfortable. But the midwives did suggest me to get in several different positions because the baby wouldn't come down. So to help the baby come down, I had to, you know, labor in different positions, be it while I was standing, or sometimes they had me lay down, get in the bed and lay on my side. And that's where I ended. At the end of my active labor, I was on my side, and the baby started to. I felt the baby coming down and out, kind of out. While I was standing, I did feel the baby coming down while I was standing at certain points, and but it wasn't until I laid down and on my side that the baby, I just felt the baby just really just sliding on all the way down and kind of like out to where the baby had crowned. And so there were two other women that came in that had came in behind me. So the midwives had to kind of like go back and forth from room to room. So they had left the room, and while I was on my side, the baby had ended up crowning, and so the nurse had to call them back in, and so finally the baby's head came out and everything, and I had to hold my push because the cord was wrapped around the baby, and they had to get that cord from around the baby. So they asked me to hold my push and just breathe, and then finally they got the cord from around the baby and brought the baby on out and onto my chest, and finally I was just relieved that the active labor was over and the baby was out, and baby was healthy and everything. The baby finally was delivered at I delivered the baby at 8:53 in the morning on March 2nd that morning, and the baby ended up weighing 8 pounds 3 ounces and 20.5 inches long. So the baby at 8 pounds was very surprising because I didn't feel like I was carrying an 8-pound baby at all. I think because I had such a great amount of water in me that I couldn't feel much of the baby's weight or whatever. But yeah, I was quite surprised that this baby weighed 8 pounds, and was actually the first 8 pound baby I had. All my other children were either 6 or 7 pounds, so that was very surprising, and so I was very happy and everything, and thank God that I was able to have another successful natural birth. Um, so this baby was my seventh, and this one and my other six were all natural, and I was very, very grateful for that. I had no complications at all, and so now, so everyone, I would like for y'all to meet my seventh